Good beautiful morning. Welcome to another video tutorial on Palito technology. Before I get into the tutorial, I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Today is 25th of December, so it's my duty to reach out to every one of you watching this video. So let's get started. The notification API in JavaScript, what it does is that it requests for permission. It's a notification, but it's request for permission. So based on the user interaction with the permission, if the user can choose to allow or deny. So if the user allow, you can do some stuffs. So before getting into how it works and everything, we'd like to look at some other properties. We have instances of the properties like the body, the icon, title, badge, and we'll get into full details when we start coding. And we also have event listener like the on click, on close, on error, on show. So let's just get into coding. I would like to give you a quick overview on what we are going to be working with. So whenever the user, like based on your event listener, I used onload. So the user can choose to allow or block your notification. So when the user allows, there's a pop-up. There's a pop-up with the title and the body with then an icon. So this is the simple stuff we are going to be working on today. So we'll start by demonstrating our normal regular script. So I'm going to be writing a function called notify me or my notification. You can name it whatever you want. So I'm going to be fast forwarding the structure, then I would get into details. So yeah, we're going to be checking if notification is allowed on the browser. So you can say if notification in Windows. So let's test that if it works. So it works. So it shows my browser supports notification. So I want to make my decisions from here. So since the notification works on our user browser, so I want to request for permission. So I would say notification.request permission. Then I save, then I check. So let's refresh. So it requests for permission. So I haven't done any logic based on whether when the user choose allow or block or the default. So let's get into it. So for me, I can check if my notification.permission equals granted. That is if the user actually allows it. So I can say this bunch of code to run. I can just, for the tutorial sake, I can just say alert thanks, just for us to know if it works. Oh, that's because we've allowed it. So let me uncheck it and let it request fresh and let's allow. So we receive the thank you, is it not? Yeah, thanks. So let's make our code looks fancy. So instead of using this notification.request permission, we can use either a callback function. A callback function being that we can make a function that does some other stuff based on the results here by saying it's going to take an argument, because it's going to get the results from the notification.request permission. So we can say, let's just call it results. So we can then check the same thing. If the result equals granted, we can alert some stuff. So let's check it out. So it does the same thing. We can also improve it by using what we call the promise method. The promise method works like this. Instead of having the callback function within, we can have something like this. So we can have something like this. So when notification has requested for permission, so I want to take that result, then I want to call this function. So it's pretty much the same. I want to call this function. So what does this function does? I want this function to also take an argument of results, and then from there I can do the same thing I have done there. I can say if results equals granted, I can say alert something. So let's check. So obviously I've showed you 3 different methods you can use to get the result from your request permission. So I don't want to alert any message. I want a notification pop-up, so I can just create an instance of the class, and let me just say notify me equals new notification. And this notification constructor, what it does, it takes 2 arguments. It takes a title and option. So inside the option is we have the icon, the body, we have so many. We have the vibrate, like from the instances of the notification, the one I showed previously when I started the tutorial. So we have it. We can include them by making a custom class. So for now, let's just check the notification with a title. Let's give it a title. Let's say since our notification is allowed, we should get a pop-up. Yeah, whiskey bought a new cow. This is the title. So we can also add icon and the body. To do that, let's create a class of option. So we'd say icon equals icon and body equals body. What again? Okay, I want to introduce tag. Yeah. So from our custom function, we can then pass in title, icon, body, then tag. So I'm going to be, instead of passing just whiskey, so we can just percent title, then options. So from where we are calling it, we can then say the title should be then icon. We can just pass the URL to the icon. I have my icon on my localhost. I named it notification and it's a PNG. So I can say the body should be, let's just say, and also pass so for the tag, I want to do some explanation on the tag, so let's test it for now. So we have our notification with the icon, then the title, then the body. So the only problem we have now is that we don't want this same notification to keep popping up whenever the user refreshes or something like that. So we want to tag this notification. So if it's still the same notification, it shouldn't lie up some other notification on top. So it should be just this one. So the way to do that is to tag it. So we can tag it with anything. We can tag it if we are fetching the result from our database. We can tag it with the date and the ID, or we can just use the ID to tag it. So let me just say 12. Then whenever I refresh, I should just get just that same notification. And there's a lot of things you can do, like if you're on smartphone on Android, you can use the vibrate. So the vibrate is just, you just include the vibrate, then the vibrate, you can just include the number of times you want it to vibrate, and then you can also include a badge. So the badge is whenever is on smartphone, whenever the notification is unable to show, it can, like, the badge is an icon also. You can just give it a custom icon, like mostly your website icon, so as for the user to be able to identify which notification is for, if the notification is for WhatsApp, if it's for Facebook, or is for your website. I hope you've been able to get one or two things from this video tutorial, and do not forget to enjoy your time, your day, like go out, eat chicken, move out with friends, like make this Christmas look like Christmas. Thank you very much.